Hey guys and gals, let's take a look at the Lunar New Year Parade by LEGO. Set number 80111 contains approximately 1,653 bricks. And this is their Chinese Festival Special Edition, the Spring Festival. And just by looking at the box art, this looks really fun. Look at all the bright colors in here. Looks like we got a lot of minifigures too. And this box is obviously indicated with build together, so the manuals are broken down in such a way that everyone can build at the same time, so it's a really good collaborative project. And I think that's all the minifigures we're getting in the box. I hope so. It looks like you get a bunch in here. And let's take a look at the backs. Yes, this set was provided to me by the LEGO group for review. Just by looking at all the features, this looks like a very interesting build. Now normally I would never buy something like this because I really don't have anywhere to put it, but just from what I can tell, this looks like this would work great in a LEGO city. Well, only seeing it in person will be the judge, so let's head over to the LEGO table and take a look. Let's take a look at the first float. These tiles here are printed, probably one of the very few pieces that are printed in this set. And each float has a lot of details, so obviously we have our bunny. Sadly that's a sticker. So this is supposed to be the year of the bunny, I believe. And these are pretty strong. And they also do function too. So take a look at the back here. Here's one of these little supports. These actually do pop off, and then you can just stick this inside this ball hitch and you can link up the floats, or you can add more floats to it if you want, and then when you're done you can just put them back in. So these are pretty strong builds, and each float does have a function, so if you were to roll this on a flat surface, as you can see, bunny goes up and down. I don't have a big enough area, but you get the idea. And everything seems pretty sturdy. Now some of this stuff may come off, so that's just what happens when you play and mess around with it. But other than that, it's pretty much a playable model. Here we have the next float. So this is probably the bandstand. So we have this minifigure here. She's pounding on that large drum. Got some flowers and stuff on here, and some of these streamers. These are just heavy vinyl stock, and some more sticker work here. Minifigure on top playing, looks like a violin. I'm not really familiar with my musical instruments, and here we have one here pounding on the drums. Lots of detail, lots of bright colors in these floats. Like the lantern sticking off the back, and these dangly things. So there's things that actually dangle off of here. And some of this stuff looks pretty fragile, but it's pretty strong on there. Just got to be careful how you pick it up, because you may pull something out that you may regret later on. And this one here, if you roll it, she actually rotates. And it looks like she's pounding on the drums. That's pretty clever. And finally we have our last float with what it looks like a Komodo dragon surrounded by Lego bricks. And we've got some more minifigures, and I wish these were printed. We all know what's going to happen to those. I like these Nexonite shells. These are pretty cool. They're printed, but unfortunately these do come off fairly easily. So that's one of the few pieces that may flake off of this. And just like with the other previous floats, lots of bright colors. Now, in the back of this one we have some accessories. So it looks like these are fireworks. And this box here does open up. If I can pop the top off of this one. And we do have some accessories in there. We got a couple of hats, like a hard hat and a green hat, and I don't know, just a bunch of hats in there. So they just sit inside that container. And we got ourselves a minifigure here. We got one of these classic purple spacemen, but without the torso. We got this guy here. And just like with the other floats, this one does have a personality of its own too. So this dragon just kind of rotates around, and well, we're not going to censor that out. So you can see here, if I just keep doing this, he'll eventually rotate around. So the guy got scared of the dragon, so we'll just set him back on there. So yeah, there's some things that will flake off of this, but other than that, it's pretty playable. And yeah, it seems pretty strong. I just wouldn't want to drop this on the ground and give it a drop test. But lots of bright colors in this one. It's time to go handheld and take a closer look. So here's some of these nice fancy scrolly things and decorations and tiles. Here we have the bunny. Got a place up there. Now obviously I won't be able to cover everything. Now here's two minifigures. I'm not sure they're rolls. And I thought these were heads that would fit on top of a minifigure head, but sadly they just have a standard tube at the bottom, so you actually have to take the whole head off to put those on. I wish these were printed. Purple Spaceman. Almost all the graphics you see are all stickered. The thing I like about this set is that all the floats are functional. So each float has its own personality and character. Here we have some of our musicians. I'm not sure what she's doing. Looks like this is some kind of fireworks or something. I don't know. Anybody can help me identify what some of this stuff is, let me know. Honestly, this is just a beautiful build. There's the drummer. Yeah, some of this stuff does easily come off, so you got to be very careful. It is still a playable model. And here we have some spectators. Set I think comes with about 18 minifigures. This kid with the bowl cut. I like that drum piece though. Let's go back and look at that now. I wish that was printed though, but it makes a great drum inspiration, possibly for a band. And these things right here on the back of the float, these can detach, and you can attach them into this ball receiver here, and you can actually link all these up. They're a bit on the short side. Other than that though, I'm really pleased with this set. Lots of detail for what it is. Now for the review and my opinions. How is the build quality with this set? Is it pretty sound? The bases of the floats, yes, they're pretty sound, as well as for the decorations. Now some of these elements do fall off. I've had a few of these shield pieces come off, these smoke pieces, and some of these little decorative scrolly things, and maybe some tiles. Other than that though, it's pretty strong. Haven't done a drop test on it, I don't think I ever will, but this is a really good strong build. How was the build experience? In my opinion, really good. I kept my interest. It was a build that I really wanted to put together. Despite what it looked like on the box, and I wasn't too sure of it at first, the build experience is really good. So basically you build the figures first, and then you build one float. You build some more figures and a float, so it's broken down. So it's not like something you're going to lose complete interest in. There is some small pieces in this build, so that could be an issue there if you're not into small pieces. But other than that though, it's a really good build experience. I enjoyed putting this together. Could this be dropped in a Lego City? Yes, you could definitely drop this in a Lego City. This is a self-contained build. You can easily just put this down your main street. Just imagine having some modulars in the back and add some more minifigures with this. That would look really spectacular. Now, I don't have a city, but these actually do fit on a standard base plate, on one of those road base plates or the modular road base plates. It is possible that this would look really good going down a Lego City street. Also, could you put this in a Lego MOC? You could. It's pretty much complete as is. Now, if you want to, you can actually add more floats to this. So you can actually expand on this if you want. Or if you want to pick up another one of these, you can even make this longer as well. Now, you could even expand these little linkage things here that link all the floats up together. And we can even make this longer, like take some 1x10 or 1x12 plates, stick them in there, build them the same way, and just spread these floats out a bit more. They do seem a bit clumped together. Other than that, though, you could put this in a MOC. Now, my overall experience, I am really happy with this set. You know, the only thing I have to say is kind of a drawback is the stickers. It just makes the set seem a bit cheap. You know, if everything was printed in here, this would be a really nice build, really high-end. I just don't know. I'm just not a fan of stickers. So we all know what's going to happen to those when I'm done. But I am really pleased with the build of the set. Build quality is really good. This is compatible with Lego City. And just all around, it's a nice build. You get plenty of minifigures and accessories with this. So I can see this being used in a Lego City.